going on, Grace family? Welcome to God Good Grace Ministry. I am Evangelist Jeff Wiley, and I am so happy to be back doing what I have to do, record. I'm fighting my way back. And today I wanted to talk to you about overcoming fear. That's right, overcoming fear. Just a couple of days ago, my daughter Tanisha, she was on Facebook Live, and she was talking about faith and hope and substance and things like that. And I thought that was a really pretty good teaching. I think she did real well. And I was just going through some of my teaching and some of my notes, and I was just reading through some things, and I wanted to talk about, fear. So because a lot of people think that the opposite of faith is fear, and I don't 100% think that fear is the opposite of faith. I think unbelief is the opposite of faith. So I want to talk about how can we overcome fear, overcome some things in our lives, and start focusing on Jesus and focusing on His promises and focusing on the things that He has before us. So I want to talk about today, and it's just going to be a breaking down a bunch of teachings. So it's not going to be done all today. I'll probably make 2, maybe 3 videos. We'll see where it goes. But today we want to talk about the different kinds of fears, because I believe that there's different kinds of fear that a lot of us encounter, whether we encountered all these fears at different points of time or whether we're going through all of these things at once. Well, we'll see. We're going to get into it. Well, so the first thing I have is the fear of God. And the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. In Proverbs 1, holy fear of God. So it talks about a fear of God, maybe a reverence of God, just understanding who God is. It's not that you fear God and you're afraid of Him and you're cowering like how Adam and Eve did in the beginning, but it's just a reverence of God, a fear of God. This fear here is a good fear. It's a good reverence of the Lord, and you just want to keep Him on your mind. You just want to remember the things so you don't disappoint Him, which you can't disappoint Him. You know what I'm saying? But you want to make Him proud, if that's the best way I could put it out. You just want to just do right by God. You don't want to do wrong because He's so good to you. And then we have fear of man, and basically it's the fear of what others think, say, or do. And Matthew chapter 10 and 24 talks about that. It talks about fear of man. Fear of man will cause you to not want to get up and do the things that God said. God wants us to be apart. He wants us to be set apart. He wants us to be in the world but not of the world. And there's a certain standard that we have to live by, and we should live by, and we should want to live by. But fear of man will make us keep our mouth closed. Like, instead of voting for the right person, you vote for the wrong person because you're afraid what other people might say. You won't drink or you won't do certain things because you're afraid of what people might say. You won't take a stand when somebody asks your opinion on something. You don't want the pushback, so you just keep your opinion to yourself. Or you serving the Lord and you just don't let nobody know you're serving the Lord. You don't want to witness anything because you don't want the blowback. That's fear of man. Fear of man will keep you from doing and pushing forward and doing the things that God has called you to do. And so that's another fear we have. And then we have fear of self. You know what I'm saying? Feeling of inadequate, feeling like a failure, having insecurities or weaknesses. And we know that Moses went through this. Moses, he's like, God, who am I? And they're not going to listen to me. Look what I have done. I tried to deliver your people by force and end up killing somebody, and now I'm out here in the wilderness. I'm out here in the desert and stuff. So he was a person that said, and then I stutter. So he was fearing of himself. He was fearing of his mistakes, and we all have mistakes. I have plenty of mistakes. And that was one of my fears, fear of man and fear of self. Like, how can somebody like me do anything like this with the past that I have. And it took me a long time to just get to push through that, because I was thinking about myself. I was afraid of my weaknesses. I was afraid of my past. I was afraid of my insecurities, and it made me not want to do the thing that God want to do. I just want to serve the Lord in my house, in my little quiet space in Florida, and just stay out of the eye of the public, out of the eye of people who knows my past and stuff like that. But I had to push through. I had to just do this, and I got through it. And I'm not 100% through it, but I'm fighting. I'm pushing through. I try to remember that it's not about me. It's about somebody else. If this video can reach one person, then I think I've done my job, right? So let's move on. There's another fear. Fear of danger, right? You know, natural human emotions that comes when we face with a threat of any kind. This is an inappropriate God-given warning signal. So God has given us this mechanism when there's natural fear. You know, fear of speeding too fast, fear of jumping off a cliff, bungee jumping, or what do they call it, skydiving. Those are natural fear. Those are fear that God has given. These appropriate fear to keep us from just, going out there doing dumb things, make us want to think. There's people right now, they're what they call adrenaline junkies. They love the skydive. They love living on the edge of life, edge of the cliff. Not me. You know what I'm saying? I have a natural fear of danger. I don't like putting my life on the line for anything. Like the most I would probably do is ride a roller coaster. Roller coaster. That's the only thing I would do. That's it. I'm not getting into anything else. I'm not gonna do it. Okay? And then we got the spirit of fear. And this fear is sent by Satan. We all discern this differently, but when we do, we press on by rebuking the spirit of fear. So we have a spirit of fear when you could just be in your room many times and you could just feel this overwhelming fear come out of just nowhere, and you're just afraid for no apparent reason to shut the door, whatever. That's a spirit of fear. That fear, it just came out of nowhere. You wasn't watching anything, you wasn't doing anything, your mind wasn't on nothing, and all of a sudden this fear just came on you. That's a spirit of fear. I have experienced that. And you just immediately, my wife though, as soon as she feel any spirit, she be like, Satan, get out of here. Like, get out of my house, get out of my room right now. You a devil, you a liar. Like, she be going hard. She be waking me up. I'm like, man, you can't rebuke him quietly. You know what I'm saying? But she don't play. When she have that spirit of fear coming in, she goes at it hard, and she just don't play and stuff like that. So that's the same thing that we should do. When that spirit comes, you know what I'm saying, whether it just came out of nowhere, or if you've been watching something like a commercial, like this commercial I've been watching on YouTube, and the commercial come on, and the thing just ran to the camera, and it just immediately made my heart like, oh, that just immediately got at me. Those things come in through TVs and stuff like that. So let's watch what we let's guard what we watch, guard what we listen to, and then let's cast this spirit out. So let's recap. Once again, we got fear of God. That's just a reverence of God, appreciation of God. We got fear of man, fear of what men or people will say or do or think about us. We got fear of self when we feeling inadequate, when we feeling like we not good enough, and we thinking about our failures and our weakness. And we have fear of danger, just a natural danger, like, saying, not, I'm a get hurt because I walk across the street. No, but we thinking about danger like, jumping out of the plane, driving too fast, doing things that naturally will get us hurt and things like that. That's that fear of danger. And then we have spirit of fear when just a sudden fear just come over you for no apparent reason. That is a spirit sent by Satan just to torment us and put us in an uneasy position. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just to back us off of what God wants us to do. You know what I'm saying? So I have some scriptures on overcoming fear, and I'm just gonna give you, a few of them. I'll give you a couple as we go on and stuff like that. So we got 2 Timothy 1:7, which talks about the spirit of fear. We got Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, I will strengthen thee. You can read that. And then we got 1 Peter 5:7, cast your care, which is another way of just, getting rid of that fear self and fear man and spirit of fear, and just cast everything on God. So I just wanted to just say thank you for coming by. I just wanted to make this real short. I'm working my way back, so I'm not going to be before you so long until I can start get my feet in my rhythm. But I just want to do these little things, and I'll try to come back next week, and we're going to continue to move on. I give you some more scriptures on overcoming fear, and then we'll move on, onto other things, about fear. Amen. Well, once again, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, and thank you for everybody that was praying for me to get healthy and to get back.